is what you did is maybe wasn't as conscious, and you feel maybe that taking credit for it, it makes you self-conscious. But what people like about the story is just like what one likes about a work of art, is what came out of it. Mm-hmm. It's not really what initiated the thought or the idea or even the process, but it's really that something came out of it, that you really basically saved something for the world, that it was gone. To me, Raphael represented the eternal beauty.
Yes, but you're finding something from a past civilization that's worthwhile for this one.
Yeah, but you see, eternal beauty is eternal, means that it was beauty exactly in the same way that time that is beautiful today. That's the phenomenal part of Raphael. Mm. And then you were able to feel it and see it. You see, we as mortal, we being told, oh, this is a Raphael, so you make yourself ready for it. I know exactly how to approach it, and I will stand there until I feel it. But you were able to kind of find it right away, so it was a chance, and maybe, you know, there are many things to part, but there was one element.
The main element was luck.
Probably true, but wait a minute, but the luck is only for the ready mind. I didn't say that, Pastor. That's right. So that's exactly, and you see exactly what you proved here.
The painting found him.
To me, it's how do you find new great artists, and that takes something else, I guess, from within. Or how do you identify? It's not the process. That's not the process. But what drives you to see something and respond to it before it's, you know, famous, right?
Training, yeah.
But how many years this painting escaped?
Hundreds.
Hundreds.
No, it was rediscovered in the 1850 or something. I forgot the date. I forgot all the dates and everything.
But when you found it was black.
Yeah.
Where it was black.
Where did you find it though?
In Parke-Bernet.
Hanging salon style, where you had to get on the ladder and...
Sotheby took over, but it used to be Parke-Bernet.
You remember on Madison Avenue?
Yes.
So you saw it and you rubbed a bit of the black and saw...
Was it up for auction or...
What?
Was it up for auction? Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Oh,
It was
okay.
an auction.
But how, it was really black?
It was
Very, 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 very good.
So what did you see?
I saw some of the lighter parts, like the hand, or some white around the cuff. There was some lighter parts, but some parts were practically indecipherable.
And really what attracted to you was the hand?
Well, what I used to do was, I was always looking for things, to find things like that, because I always thought that might happen. And this was a particularly poor old master sale at Parke-Bernet, where they skied everything. So they took all the old master paintings and put them way up high, so you couldn't really see them from the ground by looking, especially this one, impossible. But I had a habit of tipping the porter and going up a ladder, and I'd go up there with my glass. I love buying unclean paintings, which is how I started. Now you can't do that anymore because everything's clean. But I love the idea of the discovery of what was under all that dirt.
How large was the painting?
This about this one.
Was
Wow.
large?
30 by
That
50,
big?
young.
It's a portrait of the father of the Queen of France.
How did it get to the United
Lorenzo,
States?
this is Lorenzo de Medici.
Yeah.
Well, it was in London. And it had come up several times in London sales and been undiscovered again.
Oh my gosh.
And somebody bought it and brought it to New York. Somebody bought it in London for 1,000 guineas and brought it to New York. And they didn't like it. I mean, nobody cleaned it. Nobody ever cleaned it. It's amazing. And this guy who had brought it, his wife he died. He had a problem with his wife, and he died in a scuba diving accident or something. His air was shut off. So she was going around to wondering what she should do with it. And she took it to an antique shop, and they said, take it to Sotheby. So she took it to Sotheby. Sotheby put it up, called it, I don't know what they called it, but they appraised it for a couple of $100. And I bought it for $325.
Oh my God, now that is the art story
It's
of
an
the
art
century,
story.
that is truly.
It took years of restoration.
Even on the back, it had been exhibited somewhere as a Raphael, actually in a museum in England. And I just went with that and looked at the old records and found all kinds of reports about it and things like that. And it was then recorded in the Medici inventory.
That's amazing,
And
that's an
it was a
amazing
known
story.
picture, had been written about. It was a portrait of Lorenzo de' Medici upon his betrothal to this noble French lady. This portrait was sent to her as a gift.
And he
Came
died
back,
young.
and
It's amazing.
she died in
Yeah.
childbirth, and he died very shortly afterwards of wounds he received in a war, because he took Florence back from the opposing family that took it over from the Medici. And this was Catherine de' Medici, this was the daughter.
When did you sell it?
London, 3 years ago,
Oh, you kept it all that time.
For
$39 million.
$39 million. So I think he got his money
Even
back.
though I sold that picture and made a lot of money, after it was gone, I felt like an orphan.
Oh, I know.
Yeah,
It's
just like,
true.
right,
I
it's
believe
your
it,
children,
baby.
that's your
Oh,
children.
that was my father.
Says,
The colors are incredible.
the fur is.
So it came out of,
Pink silk, because he's all dressed up to be,
yeah, it has to be
I
painted.
bring it
yeah,
up.
for
Yeah,
those
those Raphael
wedding
portraits are
portraits
amazing.
sort of.
The ones that are in the Louvre are amazing.
So, no, this is unusual. This is a
This is an
portrait.
Shall I bring
unusual.
it
But
down?
Raphael portraits are
Raphael.
different than the Raphaels everybody's acquainted with,
Sit down.
you know, or like Pinturicchio and
Right,
things.
the headshots.
These portraits are Raphael going a step beyond where everybody knows him from, a more mature Raphael. He's done several portraits as fencing master, people like that, and they're
Is it
very,
a full body portrait?
no, half,
Just half.
half here, 3/4.
Yeah.
But he's wearing beautiful colors
Wow.
and raiments of color, just, you know, presented in the most incredible fashion, to be
Right.
presented, of
Yeah.
course, to this young lady who was going to marry him.
As soon as you said it, because in the Louvre, there's a great portrait of a author, a Medici-sponsored author named Baldessare Castiglione, who wrote a book about manners in Italy.
Oh, he
called-
painted-
The courtier.
Yes, he painted.
Castiglione, right, so
He
book,
painted.
so, right.
The
so
courtier.
The courtier, right,
Yeah.
it's in the
Right.
Louvre, and he's wearing a fur cape.
Exactly.
That is unbelievable,
Well,
it's a
this fur-
gigantic fur
This
cape.
fur is as beautifully painted as that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's just incredible.
You can go online and see it.
Yeah,
It's
and that's
there.
one of the most amazing portraits. It's the way he presents Castiglione. The book, by the way, is amazing.
That's
as
it,
well.
those portraits are, to me, the best things Raphael ever painted.
Yeah.
I really.
It's really funny, you don't really see that many of them.
The other things that come from other sources, they're not pure Raphael because they're borrowed from earlier painters like Pinturicchio, etc. But the Raphael portraits are something I think that's not borrowed from anybody.
All the history was right there, but nobody
It's in
pursued
the Medici
it.
archive.
It was-
Somebody had mentioned it and written about it, a very important person, along with the guy who was the first director of the National Gallery in London. I forgot his name, and another guy who was the best scholar of the time. They found it in an old collection, which was going up, and they wrote about it, and they realized they had found a Raphael. And one of them said, "I'd love to see it cleaned." This was way back when, and
Nobody ever seen it.
That's what I find amazing, it's
Nobody
like,
did.
it's
So when
like,
I say lucky,
That's what I would say, the painting
you're
finds
not a
you.
victim of luck.
Yeah, that's a great story. anyway.
that is a great
And
story, that's
especially if it's a
amazing.
good one, that it's
Oh, it's
saved.
beautiful.
Now, who acquired it? Was it acquired by a museum or an individual?
No, an
It was
individual.
acquired by an individual.